All stations, this is launch control. Crew is locked and ready. Stand by for terminal count. T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ignition confirmed. We are go for launch. We have liftoff. Taking creativity to the cosmos.
What is good, Creative Fam? Brandon Washington here, and y'all, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I almost spoiled this episode. As y'all know, this show is live. This is the launch pad. It's a little different than what me and Jarrell typically do on Friday. What I try to do on these episodes is bring in dope creators who are doing dope things. And I got today's guest on early, like I typically do, to do, sound check, make sure the audio levels are good, the video levels are good. And in like 5 minutes, he just starts dropping gems casually. I genuinely had to say, yo, my boy, hold on. We got to both just shut up for a minute because we'll ruin the whole show. Because all the exciting stuff is going to come out, and then we're not going to be able to read. We can't make magic happen twice. So I said, let's pump the brakes and let's go. Because today, man, today's guest is going to be dropping gems. If y'all don't know, if you didn't know who he was from the title and the thumbnail, I met Tyrese a few years ago at Vid Summit. Now, if you don't know what Vid Summit is a conference where YouTubers go to try to learn and level up. Now, I'm going to tell you the truth. It's been a few years, and there's a lot of stuff you can go there and you can learn, but I'll tell you the number one benefit of going to conferences like this is the people that you meet, because everybody there is like-minded. You meet people who are about that grind, who are looking to grow, who are trying to get that next level up, and that's exactly who I met. Now, some of y'all gonna love this, some of y'all gonna hate this. I gotta out him right now. He is a Sony shooter. So you got to take that with the grain of salt that it is. But I got to say, I am super excited to sit down and talk with him because Tyrese is an amazing artist. He's an amazing person, and he's an amazing creator. And that's what brings him to the launch pad. And I know he's ready to share. I know he's ready to give game because he was already giving me game. I'm about to redo my whole TikTok strategy right now based off of what he was talking about. But today we're going to get a chance to learn a little bit about him, a little bit about what he does. And I'm super excited to bring to the show Mr. Tyrese Pope. What's good, bro?
Yo, what's up, man?
Yo, what you shooting on right now?
This is the Sony A7C Mark II.
All right. Kofi didn't had one of them already overheat before, so
luckily I haven't had any overheating issues with this. I have not had it overheat on me. At least so before this, I was on the R6, the Mark I. I had that I bought that in 2020.
Okay.
Yeah, I bought that in 2020. So I had that for 5 years. and it did overheat on me. It did overheat on me. It was a common occurrence for it to overheat on me. I hated being capped at the 30-minute mark. I mean, luckily they fixed that. You can just keep going now. But luckily I have not had this camera overheat on me. It doesn't mean it can't get replaced. It's on the chopping block based on what I'm seeing out right now.
What you seeing out right now? Go on, say it. Say it with your chest.
That Nikon ZR.
Let's go. Let's go.
Here's the thing. I bought this used, right? For like 2 bands.
Yeah.
The Nikon ZR is basically 2 bands brand new.
Bro.
And it's open gate 6K. Like, man.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey. Just bring your lenses with you, bro. Just bring your lenses with you. But that's not what we're here for. That's not what we're here for. Today, we are super excited to be talking a little bit about your journey as a creator. Now, I know you first and foremost as a musician. When I first ran into you, I think I was running around Vid Summit just doing some short form content. I think I interviewed you, something along those lines. But then we find out that you big time. You big time. Nah, don't shake your head all humbly like you big time. They saying your audio's low. Let me see if I can pull you up a little bit.
My audio's low. Hold on.
Yeah, there. Okay, I think that should be better.
I was gonna say I could bring my mic a little closer. It is kind of far from me.
What? Okay, you good? Hey,
I can
audio.
bring my mic closer. Yeah.
Your levels look good on my end. Everybody, let me know if his audio
Okay.
levels is good. We're gonna keep it moving. But you big time. Now, what's crazy is I remember I had reached out to you once before to help me out with some music stuff I was working on, and you were like more than happy to help me. But
Yeah.
this is how I knew you were big time. I sent you a track and an idea. I think 30 minutes later, you sent me back like a full verse with a new beat, and I was like, "Where'd you get this beat from?" He was like, "I made it." I was like, "Oh, he big time. I don't need to waste this man time. He big time, big time."
Music is like I don't like to say I'm like great at anything because like there's levels to this, you know? Like but music is one of those things that I don't think it's like the one thing nobody could take from me that I'll always believe that I'm good at is music.
Yeah.
That's like the one thing, like no matter how like what way they critique it, like I'll always have belief in my ability to make music.
Okay. You know what? I think that's so important because I feel like when it comes to your music, like, or when it comes to your skill, you have to, like, you have to have a certain level of confidence because there will be people who try to push you back. You know what I mean? Like, there's gonna be people who are gonna like sit down and be like, I don't know, like I don't. But like, if you're confident in what you do, it allows you to push past all those people. How did you find that confidence in music?
I don't know, to be honest. I think it's probably just the fact that I've been doing it so long. I guess when you see people doing it at a high level and knowing that you could compete, I think that that'll instill some confidence in you. Like if you make a short film and at the end of it, like you think you could put up a fight against like award-winning short films, like you think it's good enough to go toe to toe with some other short films, that'll instill confidence in you.
Yeah.
But like if you're listening, like if I'm listening to the radio and all the songs that I'm listening to, I think are washing me. Like if I think these are all way better than the music I'm making, then I'm probably going to be a little insecure about what I'm putting out. But I think just I don't know. I've always been pretty good at believing in myself. I'm also a pretty like delusional person. Like I I believe I could
Bro,
do anything.
I think you need a certain level of that. I'm right there with you. I
Yeah.
always say I am optimistically delusional. Like I
100%.
just
Yeah.
have like this certain level of optimism and delusion that it's possible to even to sometimes the detriment where I'm like at the last minute trying to figure it out and they're like, how are we gonna do this? I was like, I don't know, but we're gonna figure it out. Like one way or another, we're gonna figure it out. I think that's why I like live streaming so much because it's like one way or another, we gonna go live. I mean, you saw it 5 minutes before we went live. My mouse just was like, I don't want to work anymore. You know? So sometimes you just like, we gonna go live. We'll figure it out. Well, did
Yeah,
that?
it's a blessing and a curse for sure. Yeah.
Well, I do have one other question about your creativity because I feel like, you know, sometimes when you see somebody who's operating at a really high level in one area, it can be easy to like just like put them in that bin, right? So like I saw you as a rapper, as someone who loves rap. I listened to your music. I liked your music, like genuinely I liked your music. And so I was like, man, this dude can spit bars. This like this man's got flow. But then
Appreciate it, man.
I see, you know, then I go like consume more of the music content, which is like, you know, you have like skits and stuff. So you're like acting in there. And then you tell me 5 minutes before the show start, you got a whole nother social media account where you're blowing up over there as well. Where do you put yourself? Like, do you consider yourself like an artist or a filmmaker or a rapper? Like, what label do you attach to what you do? Because I feel like today everybody does so much, and like sometimes being able to like lock down what we do can be difficult. So how do you do it?
Yeah, I mean, it took some time to get to the realization, but I think I would define myself as an entertainer. Like just in the most broad sense of the word, I guess I'm an entertainer. I love entertaining in any medium, truly. Um, but I think there was an era in the internet where the most important thing for you to do was to niche down.
Mm.
Like you find a lane, you pick it, and then you just roll with it, and that is what you are now. And I never really liked that because I've always felt like I was ignoring parts of myself online by just doing the one thing. So, I mean, for years I've been trying to figure out how to become the niche, like to make myself the niche.
Ooh, I like
And
that.
after literal years, I think I'm finally in a place where people show up for me and not for what I'm doing necessarily. So yeah, it took a long time to get there, but I think being a multidisciplinary entertainer is like one of the coolest things to me. Like I'm fascinated by people that can do it at a high level, like a Donald Glover, who just can do so, or like a
He's one of my
Jordan Peele.
favorites. He's one of
But
my
like
favorites. Jordan Peele's
yeah,
another.
it's it's
They're
it's so
different.
fascinating. It's so fascinating when someone can be multidisciplinary at such a high level. I've always admired that. So I mean that's what I'm trying to be in like some way, shape, or form, to just be an entertainer. I can't, as much as I like want to at times, I can't 100% focus on music. I can't 100% focus on like the second TikTok account. Like there's so many things that I'm not even doing right now that I want to do. Like as a kid, I always wanted to have a tech channel. Like that was the goal. Like as a kid, I wanted to like review I wanted to review the new phones that I wanted to be MKBHD,
Yeah.
basically. Yeah.
Didn't we all? Bro, I think that's so. I think that is one of the hardest parts of like, when you are a creative, like in spirit, right? And
Yeah.
you kind of want to do a little bit of everything. You have to sort of accept that you can't do everything, because
Hmm.
the truth is, if you tried to do it all at once, you would naturally probably burn out, or
Yeah.
or nothing would actually be, very, very strong. It would all be sort of lackluster. So like, how do you then determine like, when is it time to like give your all into music, or give your all into the second account, or writing scripts, or like, how do you decide where you put your time, energy, and effort into that still leaves you
Yeah.
like, actually satisfied with what you're making?
It's tough because I'm definitely a person that hyperfixates on things. So, like if I start something, I'm obsessed with it until I get it done. Or I'm obsessed with taking it as far as I can go. So, I mean, that definitely has shown itself in like the social media stuff because the music account, my biggest account on TikTok wasn't even my first account. My first account was me doing comedy skits. I was just doing comedy skits. It had nothing to do with music. I just loved making comedy skits ever since I was a kid. And that account got to like 100,000-ish followers, and I just stopped using that account. And I had the music account that, did what it did, blew up or whatever. And I just hyper fixated on that. Like at one point, I was posting like 6 videos a day on that account, just going as hard as I could because I was obsessed with it.
Yeah.
And right now, like I'm doing mostly like the word game stuff on the second account, because I'm obsessed with it. Like I hyper fixate on things, and it comes in waves. I'm sure that there will be a period in a couple weeks maybe where I just become obsessed with making more music content again.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but it does come in waves, and it's a hard thing to balance because you don't want to neglect either one. Um, So I am still working on finding that balance because it's hard for me to go half and half.
Yeah.
It's just by nature, it's hard for me to split it up like that. But yeah, I'm still working on that, to be honest.
Yeah, no, dude, I don't, I mean, I asked you because I honestly want to hear from you, because for me, I used to try to balance, and recently I just decided to give up on balance. I was like, there's no such thing as balance. Like I'll never be perfectly balanced 50-50 one way or another. It'll always be probably a little bit of a mix of spending a little bit more time on something that feels like it requires more attention and probably I'm more so excited about. Kind of like in the same situation that you're in. Like, you know, I have my main YouTube channel, which I haven't fully let go, but I'm definitely loving live streaming a lot more. And so like this is where I've been probably fixating my time over the last like year or two, more so on just doing the live stream stuff than doing the traditional YouTube videos. Now I still do the traditional YouTube videos. In fact, I actually made a video today, but it's one of those things where it's like allowing yourself, I think as a creative, the freedom to flex as your inspiration and as your passions move you in one area or another. I think you need a certain level of that.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%. No, you do.
Yeah. Now, I love what this generator podcast. He just typed in. He said harmony over balance. I love that.
That's facts.
That's
facts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. Actually, I'm gonna steal that as my own. Thank you. What you're really looking for is harmony over balance. You see?
Yeah.
Clock it, bro.
He's speaking. Y'all not listening. He's speaking.
That's for the clip. Thank you very much. Oh my gosh. But yeah, so all right. So I love getting a better idea of where you're coming from. But the truth is that the future is here. And I feel like you are somebody who, when I was putting this show together, I really wanted to talk to, because this is something that we talk about on every single episode of the Launchpad, because I think it is so important today, because I feel like we're cresting over this like mountaintop where there's like people who are like, I don't know, maybe not, and then we're about to crest over and everything's going to change from this point forward. We are talking about AI, so we're going to hop into this new segment that we've been doing every single week. It's called What's Been AI'd. We're going to talk a little bit about what's been AI'd in your workflow. All right, bro. So I feel like this might just be me because it's what I care about the most. But I feel like two areas that have been getting hit the hardest when it comes to like AI has been music and then visuals. Now, I'm biased. I'm going to say it. I'm biased. I'm sure AI is hitting other areas too, but I just feel like those are two areas, and especially recently, that AI has really like dug its feet into the ground. Because I'm not gonna lie, y'all, I listened to that Fiend, but the AI mix, the 60s jazz version.
Oh yeah.
It was a bop, bro. It was a bop, bro. I can't even lie. And I've heard 50 Cent's Many Men in Rock and Roll.
Yeah, I heard that one, yeah.
Bro, it's getting crazy. So, as a musician and as somebody who dabbles in shooting videos. I mean, not dabbles, but you make 6 videos a freaking day. You're making more videos than most filmmakers. I'll tell you that much. Most people who say they are filmmakers, you're making more videos than they are. So, as somebody who loves the process of making videos and loves the process of making music, what is your sort of just umbrella view over AI and its current influence in these areas?
Oh, that's such a big question. That's tough. Because I have a complicated relationship with AI.
Don't we all, bro?
You don't want the human aspect of art to be taken away, obviously. I believe that the definition of art is the byproduct of human expression. I believe that's what art is. But then before AI became like a marketing term, there was AI in so many things already. Like they just called it machine learning. So,
Bro,
uh,
speak.
so I think a lot of people who are like, ban AI, we should never have AI. I think most of them don't know what they're talking about because I don't think they realize how deep AI is integrated into their lives already. Like every time you use that Siri to, voice to text, like a computer's got to think for it. Um, so yeah, I mean, I have a complicated relationship because I don't want like fully AI like generated songs to be on like the Billboard Top 100, you know?
Hmm.
But at what point? Okay, so from a music perspective, there's a lot of like plugins already where you can like put in a key and it'll auto generate chords for you. Like if I want this song to be in the key of F sharp minor,
Hmm.
it'll give me a chord progression in F sharp minor. Cool. That was AI.
Yeah.
That was AI. But like I'm gonna be taking that chord progression, I'm gonna be putting drums over it. I might flip it or sample that chord progression. And then what percentage of it is AI still if there was human, interaction or
Yeah.
human not
Manipulation.
interference,
Yeah,
but
but like
yeah, human
manipulation.
intervening in the process
Right.
in creating that song. So it's like it's tough because I like to be objective about things. Like I like to have a very um set in stone way to explain something or like to explain my stance on something, but I can't for this one. I haven't figured it out yet. I haven't figured out exactly what my line is. Um, because like I said, I think that's a relatively harmless thing to be like, okay, I know I want this song to be in C major. Let me just generate a C major chord progression, and then I'll flip that as a sample, and then I'll add drums, I'll add flutes in the background, I'll add horns, but I had a progression that was generated by the computer. I mean, it was trained on artists or whatever, but see, I don't know where I stand on that.
Yeah,
I have no idea.
I feel like it is one of the harder things, which is why I love asking this question because it just rocks everybody.
It's tough, yeah.
And it's because I think that like one, I think as artists we should be having an open conversation about it.
Yeah.
But then two, I don't think it's as black and white as a lot of people may want to believe it
It's
is,
not. It's not.
because it is. And so like I liked like every week I ask people and I like to hear their different takes because it's helping me sort of craft mine. And one thing that I really liked what you said was that like as long as there's that human interaction with it, I think that's when it stays like what you're talking about is using it sort of as a tool to help you continue your own creative expression.
Yeah.
Once we have just like, maybe just AI, just like you're just like, make music for the radio and you just walk away and it's just doing its own thing. I do believe that, you know, even when I listen to some of these songs that are using, AI, like to redo the voice or to redo the music, what I've found myself really gravitating to are the lyrics that are like written. Like there are certain songs that I've heard with the AI voice, and I'm like, oh, that's what they're talking about. Like, cause you hear it in a totally different way.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Especially when they take a lot of those especially when they take a lot of rap songs and they really slow it down and there's like
yeah,
emphasis on different emotions and different words. You're like,
yeah,
oh,
yeah,
that
yeah.
that song could be a totally different thing now. So I do like what you're saying and the idea of like taking, like if you're using like the plugins or the machine learning and those tools to help, but then also using it to like actually continue human expression and to do that at an even bigger scale. I think AI can help a
Yeah.
lot there. So I'll ask you another question. What AI tools are you currently using? And this could be across all of your social media. I mean, it doesn't have to just be
Okay.
music, but what AI tools are you currently using and how are you using them to assist you in your creative journey?
I'm trying to think. Most of what I mean, as far as like in my creative journey, I don't think I have a ton other than like AI captioning. That's probably the most useful thing that's like built into Premiere Pro. Um, AI in general, I would say ChatGPT would probably be the most used. I try not to like rely on it as like my go-to.
Yeah.
Um, but also sometimes it's like so I'll run through the gauntlet of search engines. Like I'll try looking on it through Google. I'll try finding a Reddit thread about whatever issue I'm having, and they won't give me any real solutions. And then I'll be like, screw it, man. I'm asking ChatGPT. And it works. And it makes me so mad that like it got it right and nowhere else got it right. Like my Premiere Pro was not working at all. I couldn't load it up. Like I couldn't edit any videos. I'm like, I'm paying $70 a month for this and it doesn't work. So I'm on Google. I'm trying to figure out how to get it to work. Nothing. Reddit threads, nothing. YouTube videos, nothing. I asked ChatGPT. It said, "Oh, it sounds like this. You should do this." I said, "Man, it worked." I got nothing to say about that. Like I mean that kind of speaks for itself. Like it's useful. I can't lie and say that it's not useful. So
Yeah.
like that's probably the most used one for me. I think it's really good at troubleshooting, and I like having it as like a it helps me think sometimes.
Yeah.
Like I'll like, you know, release all of my thoughts into it. Like, hey, this is what I'm thinking about. And I'll kind of use it as like a sparring partner, basically. But it's just using basically my own thoughts against me, but it makes me think about it in a different way. Um, so I like to have it as like a sparring partner almost sometimes
Yeah, I do
with
that.
certain.
I do the same thing. Well, I'll go into ChatGPT and I'll turn on the voice thing because I'm openly dyslexic. Like I've got no shame. I'm dyslexic, so
Yeah.
reading, writing, not my thing. And I got ADHD. It's a bad cocktail
Yeah.
of like
Yeah.
brain chemicals going on up here, right? So whenever I need to like whenever I'm having like I call them like an ADHD burnout session. Like when my brain is
Yeah.
just like all over the place and I just can't line everything up. I'll open up ChatGPT, I'll do the voice thing, and I'll just talk to it. And I'll literally be like, do not solve
Yeah.
my problems. Just listen to me. Because you know, ChatGPT, if you're like, I'm thinking of a
Yeah.
YouTube video idea, it'll like write a whole script. And you're like, I didn't ask you
Yes,
to
I
do
don't want
any,
that.
I don't
I
want
don't
you to
want
do
that.
none of that. I just want you to listen for a minute. So I'll
Yeah,
literally
yeah,
be
yeah,
like,
yeah.
do not try to solve this problem for a moment. I just want to talk this out with you just so I can like sort of like get all these thoughts out of my head. And so literally the other day I was like, my schedule has been just nuts lately between my kids having after school activities and then work and then, you know, multiple live stream shows that I'm currently hosting and then client work and just everything. And then I'm like, also I would love to get back in the gym. So I'm like, I just
Yeah.
want to talk through my entire schedule with you and then help me figure out how I can structure this. And like I find that in those moments, it's so helpful because it's taking everything that's in your head and it's sort of like you said, sparring with yourself to like basically be like,
Yeah.
well, I want this and I want this. And it's like, well, what's a higher priority? Oh yeah, I guess this is. And it's like, cool, we'll put that in order. And so it can really help
Yeah.
structure out what you're trying to do. And I think for creatives specifically, like that could be super, super helpful because so many times, like you said, like we're so based on like what inspires us and what do we feel called to do at any given moment that it could be really nice to have something to sort of help like line us up and keep us focused, especially when we have like big goals, but then like our individual inspirations aren't always a straight line to those big goals.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So when it comes to you using AI to sort of help you sort of like, you know, troubleshoot in any of those areas, is there any particular tools that you're using to help with like maybe content creation at all? Or are you doing everything manually yourself?
Maybe to my own detriment, but I guess I am doing everything manually right now. Also because what I'm doing right now, like the word game stuff, it's pretty low lift as far as like the editing stuff. Like I'll have a video from import to export 4.5 minutes, maybe, on those videos. So like I can really just crank those videos out. Like it's just face cam gameplay upload. I'm not even putting captions on those videos. I was at one point, but they weren't even really engagement wasn't really higher for some reason with the captions. So I was like, I'm just gonna stop putting captions on it. Um but let me think.
I mean, if you're not using any, that's crazy because I gotta figure out. I gotta figure out your flow. Secretly, I do this show to steal y'all's ideas, and then y'all gonna see me in January. You're gonna be like, Brandon, everything changed. I was like, yeah, I did this show. I did it live so everybody could learn with me. But we're gonna steal a little something from everybody. So you say right now that your content is so low lift, but you're posting 6 times a day. So real quick, before we get into the next segment, I do want to ask you, and just so everybody else kind of keeps up. So we kind of briefly talked about it, but we didn't go all the way into it. So Tyrese has 2 channels, or he has multiple channels, but he has 2 channels that we've been talking about. He has his music account, and then he has a secondary account where he plays word games over on TikTok. And that account is at how many followers right now?
Like a little over 410, I think 410,000.
So a little over 400. He say 410, 410,000. But that content you're able to post on that channel right now. You said 4 to 6 times a day.
Okay, not right now. No, I mean some days I do have 6 videos go up. I would say on average 3 to 4 a day right now.
Okay.
Yeah, because in October, I didn't even realize I posted this many videos, but I was on TikTok and it was like, there's like a little TikTok bot in your analytics and it'll be like, this is how many videos you posted this month. And I posted 97 videos in October.
Wow.
So, yeah.
So
I was active.
yeah, for real. So what are you doing in your content strategy right now? And we'll get into some more of this, especially when we get over to the Ecamm side of things, when we really dive into your TikTok. But like you said right now, you're not using a whole lot of AI tools, but that's because the content is so low lift. So what are you currently doing in order to like strategically build your content to where you can actually create that much content at scale?
So I would say the 2 main things that people should probably figure out if they're trying to go for like efficiency in posting online, you would think about format and think about series. So for me, the format, like the gameplay format was simple. I have my gameplay and I have my face cam and then I have my gameplay right underneath it. And that's it. That is it for the video. And it's super simple, like easy cuts, and people seem to like the format. And then series is like an easy replicatable piece of content that you can post. So on the music side of things, I was doing Wordle raps at one point in time. Wouldn't call those easy, but it was definitely replicatable.
Bro, I was gonna say those did not seem easy at all. But that's what caught my attention immediately.
Those were I'm not gonna, those were like I got faster at them. Like it became like a daily writing exercise. But at the beginning, it would take me like 4 hours from start to finish, and then I got it down to like an hour, like start to finish, like play the Wordle, write the rap, record it, and post it. Like that, like I probably got it to around an hour. Like that was probably like my peak time.
Yeah.
But it was a series that I could replicate. Like, and I didn't have to think too much about, oh, what am I gonna post this day? Oh, I know what I'm posting today. I'm doing a Wordle rap today. So, and then I would do the music skits. That was again, not easy, but it was a replicatable format. That one took more effort as far as like thinking about what the skit should be about. With Wordle, it's easy because you don't have to think about what you're filming. You're doing the Wordle. Like you're just gonna play whatever that day's Wordle is. So, and right now on the word game page, I'm not even doing the raps. I'm just playing the Wordle. I'm just playing the connections. And that's why it's super low lift, because I wake up and I know exactly what I'm going to film. My camera stays right here on the mount, and I just record my screen. I play Wordle, I play connections. And it takes me, on a good day, it'll take me 6 minutes to film both of those videos. And then an additional 10 minutes at most to edit both of those videos. And that's 2 videos for the day. And then if I decide to play some other games, like I could really batch 2 weeks worth of content in 2-3 hours. If I really wanted to, I could sit down for 2-3 hours and just crank out 2 weeks worth of content.
Bro, That is, that's
It's the dream.
bro. All right, I'm taking notes. I'm like, what is a format and what is the series that I could do that could allow me to batch that type of content? Because it's not just a matter of, are you just making content just for the sake of making content, but you're doing what you love. Because the Wordle stuff has been something you've been doing since we first met. So it's it's still been in the lane of what do you actually enjoy doing. But I love how you structured it to make it easier to create and to get out. So that way you actually even simplify the whole process of thinking of, okay, what am I gonna make? What am I gonna create next? So that's pretty tough.
Yeah, so I think it was important to have a format that you're always recording in. Because, if I did the Wordle one day from here at my desktop, and then the next day I'm recording it off my phone, and then the next day I'm, sitting on my couch playing Wordle, that's, I think you start to lose people a little bit. I think people like to have something to expect, and I think that consistency breeds community. So if you're showing up every day, they know how to expect your videos to show up. I think that breeds community. I think people are comfortable with consistency. They like the knowing what's gonna happen next. They like knowing what's oh, you post every single day in this same format? Nice. So even the background, I use Wii theme music in every single video, and every single of the Wordle videos. And I went I guess we can go into this, but yeah, I went live for the first time playing Wordle a couple days ago.
Well, hold on. That's too much game. That's too much game too fast. That's too much game too fast. Because when I chat, when I tell you what this man did, it's gonna blow your mind. And I hate, it's not gatekeeping. We're not gatekeeping. We gon' get to it. But I just know this next line, because I got a line of questions. Okay. And we got to get to it. But before we go into that, okay, I do want to ask you a couple really tough questions. I got to ask you a couple really tough questions, because you said something that was really interesting. You said that consistency breeds community. And I believe that 100%, because since Jarrell and I have been going live every single Friday for Uncensored, we have seen this channel build the most amazing community ever. And it is by far the most consistent thing I've ever done on the internet. And so I want to hop in and ask you a couple they're not too tough questions, but they're going to be some questions that you're going to have to, you got to figure out for yourself.
Okay.
And we'll see.
Citizens of the cosmos, boys and girls of every galaxy, sit back, relax, and let your imaginations soar, because the moment has arrived. It's time for Cosmic Choice.
All right. So Cosmic Choice is all... I just saw that. The only thing Brandon gatekeeps is his intro tracks. Bro, my intro tracks are not gatekeeped. They're all from Artlist most of the time. So I just don't remember what they are. But so check this out. When we get into Cosmic Choice, this is all about asking you some of those tough questions. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you a pretty tough choice, and you're going to have to choose one or the other, okay? All right, the first one is from me. Your current Sony A7C II or the ZR. What you want? That one's from me. Which one you want? Tell the people.
I've never shot in the red color science. I've never shot with red before.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that since Nikon bought red, I think that this is the first camera that has the red raw. Is that
from Nikon? From Nikon, yes. Okay. Yes, this is the first.
I would like to test it out. I would like to.
So this is a cosmic choice. You need to make a choice. Go on, say it.
Right now, I think I think I'd like the Nikon. I think I'd like the Nikon ZR.
Hey,
Yeah.
Sony boys. I'm just saying.
I
I'm just
I think
saying.
the ability to shoot open gate, I mean, it's such a hot topic right now, but I think because some people are like, oh, it's so overrated. Not for me, because every time I shoot a video, the question is, am I shooting for long form or am I shooting for vertical? And I would like to just say both. And I would love to just shoot open gate and choose later.
Oh, buddy. I'm gonna hate myself for this. I might flip you. Just so, cause the internet is the internet, and they will come for me if I do not correct this. The ZR is not open gate.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, it is not open
Wait,
gate.
what do you mean it's not open? No, whoa. I thought that was like the whole thing about that camera was that it was open gate.
No, the whole thing about this camera is that it shoots red raw.
Am I tripping? I felt like every video I watched, when people were hyping up this camera. They were like, "Oh yeah, you can."
I guarantee you, it's not open gate.
What?
But you still chose the ZR, so we'll let you stick with that, and we'll keep it moving.
Maybe I think I confused that with the R6 Mark III.
Yes, the R6 Mark III.
R6 Mark III is open gate,
It
which
is.
is frustrating because I just switched from Canon. I'm still mad at Canon for not opening up their mount.
That's fair.
Personally.
That is fully fair.
So
I'll make sure I let
I
Jerome
still
know
wouldn't
about
switch
that.
back right now, but
Sony boys. He still didn't change his mind though. All right, so moving forward, I do have a question. So when we get into the cosmic choice, you are somebody who I feel like you like you said, you do everything. So I'm gonna put your feet to the fire here for a second.
okay.
Would you rather just make music or never be able to make music but be able to continue to create content, but it cannot be music focused? So we go on music or we go on the Wordle content and the option to do other things. I just want to know where you sit.
Man, that's tough. Okay. So there's a lot of things to consider. So for the sake of the question, I'm gonna say if in both of these examples, I will be successful doing the one or the other thing. That's what I'm gonna say.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
I think still tough. Okay. I think I gotta say music. I think music is just so instilled in my bones. I feel like I can't give up making music. It was here for me before the content, and it'll be here after. So like I can't give up the music. I can't give that up.
Okay, that's good. I just want to know because, every time I have this conversation, I'll have it with filmmakers or filmmakers who are also photographers. And I always like to know, like, where do they sit on their creative journey? Because I do feel like sometimes as creators, we have like a home base, like for me, it's video. But
Yeah.
I like to live stream. I like to do photography. I like to play video games, but like my home base will always be video. So I was just trying to figure out where your home base is. All right.
So if it was between like if it was just I couldn't make music content, I'd be okay with that if I could still make music.
No, music,
But
no.
if it's one or the other, I gotta pick music.
Gotta pick music. Okay, now when it comes to social media platforms, you're kind of all over the place. You're on TikTok, you're on Instagram, you're on YouTube. I'm gonna give you a cosmic choice between the three. You can only use one of them and the benefits of that one.
Okay.
Which one do you find to be the most valuable to you? Maybe not the one you grow on the fastest, but which one do you feel has the most value to you?
I mean, I feel like I can look at this objectively. The most valuable for me right now would, hands down be TikTok. But if the question was if you could pick one platform to be successful on, I would probably say like making long form YouTube videos. I think that'll always be the gold standard. I think a lot of short form creators build up followings on those platforms in hopes to move that over to YouTube anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I think YouTube will always be like the golden child of social media. It's just, I don't know. It's I think they treat their creators better, I want to say.
Okay.
Like I technically make money off of TikTok, but in comparison to like the views I get on TikTok, the money doesn't really make sense. Where I feel like it would make more sense on like if I was doing long form YouTube videos. Um, but yeah, I if I could be successful on one, I would pick YouTube. But as it stands right now, TikTok is the most valuable for me at the moment.
Well, I can speak on as somebody who started in long form video before the short form content craze came about. I find that the opposite of what you're saying is also true. That where TikTok creators, they look at long form as the gold standard. And so they're trying to either migrate that audience or learn how to do the long form. It's so funny because on the other side, like I've been to a lot of events with a lot of creators, and it's always the conversation is like yin and yang. The short form creators are asking the long form creators how they make their content, and then the long form creators are asking the short form creators how they create their content. And we all know that the probably the perfect balance doesn't really exist, like we were talking about earlier. But trying to find that as a creator, I think is always kind of funny. So both sides of that coin completely exist.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough. Yeah, fair enough.
So if your gold standard or you feel like the most valuable would be to do is long form YouTube content, how would you attack that currently in what you're currently doing? Because I like what you said earlier. You be the niche, which is something that like I think every creator strives to be. You know, you look at some of the bigger creators like a Casey Neistat or someone like that who like they could do almost anything, whether it's running or filmmaking or a tech review or just a vlog cutting the grass. People are going to tune in to watch that. When it comes for you, when you look at making long form content, how would you like to see yourself become the niche?
That's tough. I mean, I do feel like there are a lot of great creators out there who are the niche. I think the biggest that I look up to in that sense would probably be like a Ryan Trahan. I feel like Ryan could make a video about literally anything and people will be there to like, people will be there to engage, to comment, to like. And I like the way his videos are formatted too. Like I'm a fan of his videos. So if I were to, and I want to so bad, but if I were to give my all to like long form YouTube videos, it would probably be like a mix of Ryan Trahan and probably a little bit more lifestyle.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Like maybe a little bit more like Ryan Trahan, but maybe like more spontaneous, I guess. Because Ryan's videos are definitely like fully thought out. Like he's definitely put a lot of time and planning into it, and I love that. Mine would probably be much less planned and spontaneous, and almost like we have an end goal, but it's really a vlog to the end goal. You know, like there is a theme for the video. We have something we're trying to achieve. I don't know how we're getting there, but we're gonna get there.
I feel like you kind of already do that even with some of your existing content because, I picked that up early on in your Wordle content where it's like the goal is to complete Wordle.
Yeah.
And your goal is going to get there. But then what I liked about your rap content with the Wordle stuff was you also kind of gave like a treat for the audience of we're going to get to what is the Wordle, what is the word. But then at the same time, I also have to figure out how to work these words that I'm guessing into this. And so you're going to get like, so you kind of get both things. You get a journey, but then you also get a treat at the end of it. And I personally find that like you're already doing that. So to see you just basically make that longer over the course of, and like I'm not saying that exact thing, but like to tell a story over a longer period of time, I think you already got it in you.
Yeah, I feel so lucky and so blessed to be because like I always from like a young age knew what the goal was. Like since I was like 5 or 6, I knew the goal was to entertain. And like I know that it's not normal to know what you want to do for the rest of your life when you're 5 or 6 years old. I like a lot of people figure it out at 36, 37. Um, but like I've always known that the goal was to entertain, and the medium over time just kind of changed. So uh, I've always felt like it was like creating content was such like a natural thing for me to do. I mean, I was putting YouTube videos up in 2010. Like I was 10 years old filming myself making YouTube videos, doing magic tricks on camera, dancing to Michael Jackson music on camera. I
Bro,
just
I knew
knew
I
that I
liked you.
wanted
I knew I liked you.
I just knew that I wanted to create something, man. I knew that I wanted to entertain. So like by the time I was 14, I was so used to talking to a camera like it was a real person. Like I feel like content is just in my bones.
Yeah.
Which is why like if I find a new niche that I want to make content in, but I feel like it's a relatively untapped niche, I feel like I can do well in that niche because I know how to make good content.
Yeah.
I just need to figure out how to make that content.
Yeah, I like how you said you're okay with the median. Like the goal is bigger than the median. And so
Yeah.
whether it's music or whether it's TikTok or whether it's long form YouTube videos, the goal is the same across all three. The median just sort of changes. And you've developed your
Yeah.
skills beyond the median. You just go and learn how it helps to, what little tips and tricks you can use to better suit those medians.
100%. Yeah. So, I mean, I feel like I could be good at the long form stuff. Yeah, trying to figure out what the formats would be, I think would be the only thing I got. Oh, bro, wait, you're gonna love this. Wait, hold up. Wait, hold up. Bro.
What you got? You got the extra? Oh my gosh. He said I'll take the knockoff version.
Yo, bro, because when I went to go get it, the DJI came down in price though since.
Yeah.
But at the time, I think this is on TikTok Shop for $400, which is crazy deal. But it looks really good. Like it looks really good. I was impressed.
That's because it's literally a pocket.
It's the same. It's the same.
It's literally a pocket. That's
I
wild.
had never used the pocket before. I had wanted it for some time, but I couldn't justify paying $800 for it.
Yeah.
But I bought this. I got like a car mount for it. I set it up in the car. I was like, yo, this looks good. I was like, this is like it's like in between like a great phone camera and like a mirrorless camera. It's like somewhere in between there.
Yeah.
Like,
which I think
so
is actually perfect. It's perfect for social media too, because sometimes
100%.
I find that when your stuff is too polished for social media, it's like it looks like an ad, so people, they scroll on past. And the phone is accessible, but you probably want a little bit better quality, and you don't want to kill your phone battery and this, that, the third. So I think you picked the perfect product. It sits right there in the middle. Allows you that's crazy. I haven't seen somebody with the actual extra. That's wild work.
Yeah, it's been great, man. I'm excited to use that to vlog. Which I mean I think that's another reason Ryan Trahan's videos are so bingeable and so addicting to watch, is because he'll just hold up front facing phone cam and then film on that. But he has an FX3 and he'll use it for random shots in a video for 3 seconds. It'll be a super cinematic clip and then back to the phone cam.
Yeah.
But he's such a good storyteller. I think that's just what it comes down to. He's a great storyteller.
No, I think that's such a important element. And even when I look at your content and your the skits that you're talking about, it's all about the story. Can you keep that story? Can you keep people engaged? And you don't need super high quality cameras all the time. You really just need whatever allows you to be able to tell that story easily. Yeah. You keep working with the extra. And then we're going to have you back to give me a definitive thought and opinion on it. Because I almost picked up one because they were on Amazon, like you said, or you got yours off TikTok Shop, but they were on Amazon super cheap. And especially because the DJI ones were just decimated by tariffs for a long time.
Yeah.
but I definitely want to see some footage. So whenever you release some content with it, let me know.
So I did actually get this one off Amazon. I got it like a little under a month ago. I regret it because it's so much cheaper on TikTok Shop right now. So it was 500 when I got it. It's 400 right now on TikTok.
Oh, I might be going to TikTok. Actually, this is a perfect segue because when we started setting up this show, I was looking up your account because obviously the point of the Launchpad is to learn, to grow, and you have a TikTok channel with 1.7 million followers, and that's your music channel. And so, we were going to talk a little bit about how you grew that channel and how you've been benefiting from that channel. However, you also have another TikTok channel that has over 400,000, and that has nothing to do with your music. And you didn't even necessarily even benefit from the other. So we're about to blast off over to Ecamm's channel, and we are going to dive in deep on how you grew your TikTok, how you're actually utilizing it in order to get amazing opportunities, and how you even started live streaming through TikTok, pulling a crazy high audience. So we're going to jump all into that. If you're watching at home live, all you got to do is sit back and relax. We're going to blast off. We're going to take over to Ecamm's channel. But if for some reason you're watching this on the replay or you don't automatically get taken over, do me a huge favor. Check out the links down below in the description so that way you can go over to Ecamm's channel. But let's blast off.
All stations. This is launch control. Crew is locked and ready. Stand by for terminal count. T-minus 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ignition confirmed. We are go for launch. We have liftoff.